Hi and welcome back to freesciencelessons.co.uk. By the end of this video, you should be able to describe the role of bacteria in the nitrogen cycle. You should then be able to describe how farmers increase the amount of nitrate available for plants to absorb. Now this video is not for AQA, so if you're following AQA then you do not need to watch this video. Okay, I'm showing you here a field of crops on a farm. Now farmers want their crops to grow rapidly and gain as much biomass as possible. Now a long time ago, farmers discovered that if they grow the same crops on a field, then after a few years the crops grow more slowly, and that's because the soil runs out of nutrients. One of the most important nutrients in the soil is nitrogen. So we're going to start by looking at how nitrogen is cycled around an ecosystem. A lot of students think that the nitrogen cycle is hard. It does look a bit complicated. I'd recommend that you learn it off by heart. The atmosphere is around 78% nitrogen. Now the problem is that plants cannot absorb nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. However, the nitrogen can be absorbed by certain bacteria. Scientists call these nitrogen-fixing bacteria. We find nitrogen-fixing bacteria in the soil. Some types of plants also contain nitrogen-fixing bacteria in their roots, and good examples are peas, beans, and clover. Nitrogen-fixing bacteria convert nitrogen in the air into nitrates in the soil. These nitrates then get absorbed by plants. Okay, so in the first stage of the nitrogen cycle, nitrogen from the air is converted to nitrates by nitrogen-fixing bacteria. The nitrates are then absorbed by plants and used to make amino acids. The amino acids then pass into animals when they eat the plants. Animals release waste products such as urea, and both plants and animals die. So now we've got nitrogen in waste products and dead remains. Decomposing bacteria now convert the nitrogen to ammonia. And in the final stage, nitrifying bacteria convert the ammonia to nitrates. And the nitrates can now be absorbed again by the plants, and the cycle continues. Okay, so if we look again at the cycle, we can see that nitrogen-fixing bacteria bring nitrogen into the cycle. Decomposing bacteria and nitrifying bacteria then pass the nitrogen around the cycle. So as you can see, the nitrogen cycle is not as tricky as people think. Now there is one very final stage that you also need to learn. Some bacteria in the soil break down nitrates back to nitrogen gas, which returns to the air. In other words, these bacteria remove nitrogen from the cycle. These are called denitrifying bacteria. Now, as I said, it's worth learning the nitrogen cycle. I'd suggest that you keep drawing it out until you can do it from memory. Okay, so as we've seen, plants absorb nitrates into their roots and use them to make amino acids. Now, this is really important for farmers. If the soil contains a high level of nitrates, then crops grow faster. However, over time, the level of nitrate in the soil falls as crops absorb it. And as we've seen, denitrifying bacteria in the soil convert nitrates back to nitrogen gas. So farmers need to keep a high level of nitrates in the soil. One way of doing this is to add fertilizers, for example animal manure or chemical fertilizers such as ammonium nitrate. Farmers can also use crop rotation. In this case, the farmer grows peas, beans, or clover on their field. Remember that these plants contain nitrogen-fixing bacteria in their roots. So growing these plants actually increases the level of nitrate in the soil. The following year, the farmer then grows their normal crop, for example wheat. Okay, so I hope this video has given you a better understanding of the nitrogen cycle, and good luck in all your exams.